Hi everyone, my name is Kate and you're very welcome here on my channel where we talk about fragrances. This video is actually my love letter to New York City. So my whole life, okay, most of my life, I used to hate fall. I really didn't like it. I thought that it was stealing summer from me, in a way. I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that feeling. But since I moved to New York a few years ago, I somehow realized and understood this beautiful romance that fall brings, this autumn melancholia, and I grew to love it with time. And now it's maybe my favorite season. I don't know how that happened. I used to think it was my least favorite season, but now I just love it and I'm excited about it. And as you see, there are a lot of fragrances that I consider the best for rainy weather. So let's start. But first, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy watching this video. I really appreciate it and it helps my channel and me, gives me motivation to move forward. Give this video a like just if you enjoy this, right? Okay? Pour yourself some tea, coffee, maybe even wine and let's start discussing the beautiful, beautiful perfumes that I've prepared for you. Okay, let's begin with this. So, again, if you hear weird panting, that sounds creepy. This is my dog. He just, when I start filming, I feel like a lot of people have this with the kids or pets. He just becomes very needy. He wants to be close to me. He starts panting, whining. Everything begins here. So just try to not pay attention. Okay, so I would like to start with Map of the Heart Australian brand. I love this fragrance. It's called Purple Heart. They have a variety of different hearts like golden, white, black, and this. I think this is a bestseller, and I understand why. Yeah, this is the best fragrance for the rain. It smells like ink and smoked cherries or plum, sandalwood, maybe a little touch of smoke too, but maybe it's a smoke fruit, maybe it's the same thing. And I imagine writing when it's raining outside, you're sitting by the window, you maybe you're writing a poem or a novel or just, I don't know, writing something down. And it's amazing. It's kind of fruity, but it's not fruity. It's woody, but it's not woody. I think also, yes, I forgot to mention the note of a licorice. This one is pretty strong here. Yeah, and it's beautiful, and I love this fragrance so much. It's very inconvenient to keep. That's true. So I can only lay it down like this. I don't have a stand for it or anything. A little bit annoying, but it's just so amazing, and it was made for fall. And if you never tried anything from this brand, I recommend you to try, especially this one. It's stunning. Okay, next fragrance is the one I cannot imagine my November, maybe the end of October without. This is Amouage Myths Woman. And this is darkness. So this fragrance is not for the weak of heart. That's true. It smells like chrysanthemum, oak moss, leather, incenses, carnation, maybe clove too a little bit. I think they also mentioned narcissus, the daffodil, and this is dark. It's a dark fragrance. In my previous video about it, I compared it to the glass and wood house, like a house made of glass and wood, and it's all flooded by a lot of water, and there are all kinds of flowers and just greens in it, maybe a tree fallen or something, something really happened there with that house. And it's raining outside and there's stale water everywhere, not like too stale, not, it doesn't smell disgusting, there's nothing like this, but a little bit of a stale water, just kind of this. Yeah, there is something. It's beautiful, it's decadent, it's dark, it's a mysterious fragrance, and there's nothing else like this. Nothing else. I don't know anything that smells like mist. I don't wear it a lot because this takes me maybe in a very dark and melancholic place, not in a bad way. But when it's really cold, there's this, this cold November unpleasant wind and rain, and everything is dark, and there are thick gray clouds above you. This is perfect. And when I want to be one with weather, with that kind of weather, I wear this and it works every time. Okay, next, so this is Francesca Bianchi Angel's Dust. And if you want to imagine yourself in a black and white movie, this is it. The notes, it's impossible to mention all the notes. It's a huge, I feel like Francesca has like a cauldron or something, and she just throws all her favorite stuff like iris, rose, jasmine, and everything, incenses, leather, everything there. And then she adds some different touches. For example, something is more animalic, something is more like honey, this or that, maybe yellow florals. Yes, I'm sure there are yellow florals here too, like mimosa or something like this. And I usually compare this fragrance to an actress from black and white movies. Maybe she's preparing for to go on stage and she's doing her makeup and it's very quiet and it smells like powder. This the compact powder for your face and lipstick, and it's all mixed with her perfume. Kind of vintage, heavy amber perfume with animalic notes in it. It's beautiful, and if you want to walk under the rain and feel like you are in the past or you're in a black and white movie, I feel like this could really help you to feel that way. It's great. It's a great fragrance. Some people will be surprised, but this is Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. Oh my god, this smells like rain to me. I don't know why, but maybe something happened. Maybe there was a fall that I was wearing this fragrance a lot. Maybe, probably. And I associate this with rain. This is a very sharp cherry with some cherry liqueur and almond and a touch of leather. Yeah, it's very, very sharp. Tonka. And I cannot live without this in the fall too. This is one of the fragrances that I associate with fall, that I only wear this during the fall. And I don't know, it just works. Please try if you have this fragrance, or if you're just walking around the store and see Tom Ford shop. Don't forget, if it's raining and it's fall, don't forget to spray it, wear it on yourself when it rains and it's chilly outside. And there is some magic. I don't know how to explain it, but some magic happens between the rain and Lost Cherry. I don't know how. And in case if you're tired of Lost Cherry and you don't want to wear it and you say that, Kate, come on, been there, done that. So I decided to try Cherry Punk by Room 1015. And this is also, do I have a blotter? Maybe I'll just spray it to remind myself about this fragrance, because it's pretty similar to Lost Cherry, but there are nuances. And yeah, I already smell it. So, especially in the beginning, there's a lot of leather and smoke. There's smoky leather and cherry liqueur. But then in a base, it smells very similar with Lost Cherry, at least to my nose. If you see any differences, could you please write down in the comments? I'm curious what you think if you tried this Cherry Punk fragrance. This is not extract version. This is just the original Cherry Punk. I haven't tried extract, so I don't know it. Yeah, the opening is more aggressive. It reminds me of Cherry Smoke by Tom Ford, so they have more in common. But in a base, it smells pretty similar to Lost Cherry to me. In a base, they kind of even out somehow. Yeah. Now I really like it. I really love the beginning. I think it's great. But because it moves so much into the Lost Cherry area later in the dry down, I don't need it. I don't think I need this fragrance, or this will just be enough for me to play with it, during the fall. It's great too. It's a great fragrance, a lot in common with Lost Cherry. So if you like that area, but for example, you don't want Lost Cherry, you want something else, I recommend to try this one. I think you could enjoy wearing this. But this is darker. This is a little bit heavier, although it's not a really heavy fragrance. Okay, next Chambre Noire by Olfactive Studio. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Yes, it's another fragrance. It was made for rain, for a rainy day. This is this is a rainy day. It even looks like this rainy afternoon, this color. Absolutely. And this is a cherry plum and incenses and wood. There's something about it that is just, I don't know. I love this fragrance. But I can only look how much I wear actually. It's a good usage. And I can only wear this during the fall too because I don't associate it with anything else. It's perfect for autumn. I usually compare this fragrance to sitting in a hotel room. You came for a business trip and you don't want to go anywhere. It's raining heavily outside. And for some reason, I associate this with Scotland. I've never been to Scotland. I really want to. In the UK, I've been only to London several times and I love it, but I really need to explore other parts as well. And yeah, this is how I imagine Scotland during the rain smelling. I don't know why. It's just my association. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful fragrance for reflection, only for yourself. This is for yourself. If you want to stay with you and talk to yourself about something, maybe just read a book, just to be introverted. Perfect. Okay, a couple left. This is Le Liquide Imaginaire, Il Pourpre. Pourpre. Such a difficult word for me. Pourpre. Purple. So this is a little more positive, but still fall. It opens up with a lot of spices, especially ginger and pepper. Yeah, it's ginger and pepper. And then in a dry down, it smells like mulled wine to me. You know, all the spices and citruses for the mulled wine. I don't smell a lot of wine aspect here, but still, I can imagine it in my head. Yeah, it's great. It's so spicy and peppery, but I love ginger here too. It has a lot of notes like fenugreek. Yeah, maybe I can smell fenugreek. Also patchouli, whipped cream. This is not about whipped cream for me. Although when I say this now, I might start smelling it. But it's mostly about the spices for me. This mulled wine spices, and I love it. Maybe I will use this fragrance during the winter too because of that mulled wine association. A beautiful perfume. I love the color, the whole design of this brand. I just really like it, and yeah, I'm so excited about wearing this in the fall. Now it's only two more left, and let's talk about Mugler, Les Exceptions, Chyprissime. I know I talked about this before, but some fragrances I just cannot leave out. They just have to be here. And I don't love repeating myself, but I still think that this would be not full, it will be very unfinished without this fragrance. Yeah, so this is drinking Prosecco or champagne in a wooden cabin in the forest while it's raining and eating pear slices, or maybe dropping pear slices in it. I also smell oak moss here, and there's patchouli as well. And I like this patchouli. There is no sweetness. Sometimes patchouli, they're kind of chocolatey and sweet. No. This fragrance doesn't have a lot of sweetness. It's minimum sweetness, maybe 10% max. It's very woody too. There's also a touch of citruses, like a lemon or bergamot, something like not very strong. It's just a touch in the beginning. Such a beautiful fragrance that I learned to love with time. I ordered this blindly and I didn't love it at first, but then something happened and I started to understand it. And I feel like the older I get, the better I understand this fragrance and the more I like it. You know, this happens a lot. This happened with Chanel 5 for me, for example. And the last one in this video is Noir Exquis by L'Artisan Parfumeur. And this is coffee, caramel, maple syrup, wood, like oak, maybe. Yeah, something woody. And chestnut. So the main note here mentioned is chestnut. And I do smell it with coffee. Oh, it's like you're sitting at a very cozy cafe drinking coffee. And not far from you, there is a cellar with chestnuts. You know, sometimes in Italy, for example, there are a lot of people in the fall selling chestnuts. Like they smoke them or in some way cook them. So it's a little bit smoky. It's warm. Maybe it's the beginning to middle of fall. And for some reason you decided to put a drop of maple syrup in your coffee. Or maybe it's just some other syrup. Or maybe honey. It's very cozy. This is like a sweater. I also love wearing this in the fall or in winter, sorry, when it's snowing. So there should be some precipitation for this fragrance. I associate this with dark brown color and with a relaxing atmosphere. It's very relaxing. Beautiful chestnut. Maybe the best chestnut that I've smelled in fragrances. Yeah, I like it. Okay, guys, what do you think? What fragrances do you enjoy wearing when it's rainy or maybe even snowing? We can start thinking about that. That's not too far away in the future. So let me know, and I hope to see you in other videos. Bye bye.